I met a gypsy.
Yeah, just the storyline for the sport. Like, when have you had in any sport? Like, there was probably a time like Eli and Peyton played like maybe in a Super Bowl or something. Maybe I'm getting that wrong.
Yeah,
they
is.
did.
Yes,
they did have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally all I can think of, where it's like brother versus brother for the biggest title in the sport.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
It is.
Imagine, and they drove to the track together. And they drove home from the track, like,
and they sat. They just sat next to each other on the couch when nobody even knew their name. Like, just back. Yeah, the whole journey is crazy. And while we're on the subject, man, Hunter, that career arc has been crazy. People just seem to think that he's always been where he's at now. I think I don't see it. That's why I made a point about it at Dallas when he won.
Yeah.
But, dude, when he first started riding Supercross, he's getting hurt every time he went out on the track.
Yeah.
Like the improvement and the mental fortitude to have your little brother be like the biggest superstar the sport has ever seen and come in and you feel like you had your moment to make a name and
you missed
it. And here's Jett, and who the hell is Hunter Lawrence? And just to still stay in it and keep grinding, just get better and better and better. And still have you don't see behind the scenes, but seems like he has a great relationship. Like the whole family unit is solid, which is an accomplishment in itself. That is a crazy accomplishment in itself.
Yeah.
But to not let that affect, like to have your ego that in check and be that disciplined, because it would be so easy for him to just hate him, just hate Jett, and just distance himself from it. Like, we don't know what happens behind the scenes there, but we have seen them behind the scenes, and you can't really fake. They have like a good chemistry as brothers, right?
Yeah.
And I could go on and on about it, and don't want to seem like I'm blowing smoke. I just think that whole mindset, like Hunter's whole mindset in his last 5 years, like that arc, I'd have more respect for that, I think, than anything else.
No.
Pretty unbelievable.
Bro, I completely agree. And like all of Jett's work, and I think I'm okay to say this, like from knowing back in the day and knowing the family's take on it. So I don't think I'm speaking out of school, but
yeah, I
think even Jett will admit that everything that he's got is off the back of Hunter.
Oh yeah, he will.
You know?
Yeah. Yep.
And it's like to even be in that as Hunter, to be in that position, to where it's like,
and it's like he embraces it though.
Yeah, you're just laying. It's like you're carrying bricks on your back and laying them down, and then your brother's just walking on the path.
And it doesn't seem like.
And he doesn't begrudge it.
I'm sure he has at times, right? But he doesn't seem to get lost in comparison either.
No.
It doesn't seem like he's down on himself about it. Like, he knows how good Jett is, but he's just like, I'm good too. Like, there's just, I don't know, there's so many things that has to happen in that dynamic for it to work.
Yeah.
Obviously, it starts with Dazzy too. He's a very smart and intentional guy. Man, I could go on about this forever, but that, like, having a good situation, the timing of having good people around you and good parenting and all that is so important there's so much more than just talent on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like the ability to ride. That whole unit, how Dazzy works with Honda, how Hunter and Jett share information, how they get along together. That's kind of all, I would imagine, coached by Dazzy, who is experiencing all this for the first time. It's not like he did it himself. So like that is almost equally as impressive as everything else. To make that whole unit work together and their whole story of being broke in Europe and coming here and doing this, it's like that is the byproduct of a lot of hard work and intentional hard work.
Yeah.
So respect.
Yeah, and you've got to think too, like Hunter's the linchpin of all that. Because if Hunter's attitude is different about this in any kind of way,
everything falls.
It's a whole thread.
Everything falls.
So like even think about the pressure of your brother being better, right?
Yep.
So you've got that to deal with. But then you've also got the pressure of knowing that if you decide to fucking crack the shits over this situation, and if you decide to go somewhere else, if you decide that you don't want this anymore, just the whole tapestry
gone
unwinds. So it's like that level of like, I don't know, I guess it's like humility or I don't know whether humility is the right type of
I
word,
think
but it's like
maybe it's just an inner confidence, like
Yeah,
an
just-
inner belief in who you are, and knowing that your value is separate from what you can do on a dirt bike, but to know that, but be brought up under the circumstances in which he was brought up. You know, it takes guys a long time to sort through. I mean, think about it, like to sort through your kind of conditioned thinking versus like who you actually are, and making those types of intelligent decisions about that.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm just fascinated with Hunter's brain and how that all has happened. But he does not get enough credit. He just doesn't. Period.
No.
Like period.
No.
He doesn't.
I completely agree.
You see it. I'm glad you see it, because I'm just like, wow.
Yeah. And the level of articulation that he can give in podium interviews and
it would be one thing if he was just stupid and he just wasn't aware of it, right? Like, oh, yeah, man, I don't know.
But he's hyper aware, incredibly smart.
Incredibly aware. And I think there's a point to this, that there's a certain level of awareness in which it's really just a bunch of thoughts, but it takes another step of awareness to know kind of when not to be aware.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, so he's really aware, but he doesn't seem like an overthinker to me.
Yeah.
Maybe he was, and now he's not. Maybe that's a step that he's taken kind of behind the scenes within himself. But he's kind of low-key, a little quiet, kind of seems like he kind of stays to himself a little bit. Those are the really, really smart ones. I would think if he took an IQ test, he'd be up there.
Oh, yeah. He knows what's up.
Big time.
And I think...
Hunter Lawrence fan club.
Yeah, I know.
Let's start the IG right now.
Yeah, I was gonna make a little final point on that before I moved on, but yeah, I'm so impressed with him and the way that he deals with and carries. Oh, dude,
hit me.
He almost fucking retired.
I know.
Almost retired.
I remember it.
Fully just thought that he was never coming back.
This was like 2018 maybe?
Yeah.
Something like that?
And then,
he came out in 19 when I had that really good year. And he had that moto at Paula, in which he definitely had me beat, but he crashed.
Yep. I think, I don't know for sure, but I think that moto was one of the most important motos of
Then
his
he won
career.
High Point, to a first moto at High Point.
Yep. So it's like he came from the depths too.
Yeah.
You know, like, so all of this... It would, like, everything that we're saying would be crazy impressive.
Yeah, by itself.
But then you add that in 2018, he legitimately thought, was like...
Wrapped his head around it.
I'm probably just going to train with Jett, work on the farm.
Crazy.
Like, had this whole other life
planned out
and
in your
scenario built that he'd, like, accepted that was going to be the life that he lived.
I think that I have a very unique perspective in which I can, I don't know the whole brother kind of layer to it, right? But just everybody knows that, you know, my story of just the ups and downs and everything that comes with that. And just, I don't know, just really being able to relate with that. I think that's why I just feel the need to make people aware of that, because that is just so damn hard. Like, it is so damn hard to do.
Yeah, and to mentally accept that you're done.
Yeah.
And then not be
and
done.
now he is going to make, not that it's all about money, but he's going to, generational wealth. Like, he is that good. It's cool to see.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.